All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling a really sneaky but huge problem in AI. What happens when your AI starts to go wrong but it doesn't tell you? We're going to dive into this really cool governance concept called context budget.
So let's kick things off with a question that, honestly, most AI systems just can't answer right now. As you have a longer and longer conversation, how do you know the AI hasn't just forgotten something critical? Like a safety rule or the original thing you asked it to do. And here's the scary part. With most systems out there today, you just don't know. And that silent failure is a massive risk.
And this is what happens. As these systems soak up more and more context, they don't just crash and give you a nice clean error message. No, they just quietly degrade. Critical instructions, yeah, they get summarized into nothing. Those important safety rules, they get compressed and just disappear. And because it's all happening behind the scenes, there's no audit trail, no way to figure out what on earth went wrong. It's a silent killer of correctness, safety, and ultimately our trust in the system.
All right, let's get into it. Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll take a closer look at this whole silent failure problem. Then, we'll see how context budget flips the script on governing LLM context. We're going to peek inside the architecture, see how it creates a real, provable audit trail, and finally, we'll give a much-deserved shout-out to the creator behind this whole thing. First up, let's really dig into this whole silent failure thing. What does it actually look like, and why is it such a fundamental problem for so many AI apps we're seeing pop up everywhere?
Think about it like this. It's like trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of, quicksand. That's pretty much what's happening when AI context is treated like this endless, messy notepad. Information just gets tossed in without any structure, without any rules, and that leads directly to this quiet, creeping loss of correctness and reliability.
Okay, so how do we actually fix this mess? Let's check out how context budget brings a totally new way of thinking to the table. And we're not talking about just a little patch here. This is a whole new paradigm for how to build these systems.
So, what exactly is context budget? Well, at its heart, it's a governance system. The big idea here is to stop treating AI memory as an afterthought and start managing it like any other critical resource. It's just like a real budget, right? You only have so much money. You have rules about how you can spend it, and every single dollar is accounted for. That's the idea here, but for AI context.
And this slide, wow, it really lays out the difference, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the standard way. It's all implicit, based on trust, and when things go wrong, good luck finding out why. But on the right, you have the context budget way, explicit, enforced, and built on hard evidence. You're basically moving from just hoping the AI does what you want to building a system where it literally can't do the wrong thing. And this is so important to get. We're moving way beyond just flashy demos that look good on screen. This completely changes the conversation from, hey, what can the AI say, to how does this system actually govern itself? It's about building a robust, reliable foundation, real solid AI infrastructure.
Okay, sounds good in theory, but how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood and see what makes this kind of tight governance tick.
So the whole system is built on this really smart idea: strict separation of powers. You've got 4 specialized agents. The auditor, it just observes. It can't change a thing. The enforcer makes the decisions, but it can't actually change the context itself. The summarizer does the work, but it has 0 decision-making power. And the Sentinel just watches for risks. And this is the key, right? No single agent has all the power. It's a system of checks and balances to prevent any one part from going off the rails.
And this chart here, it shows you exactly how that control works. See, context isn't just one big messy pile. It's neatly categorized. The really important stuff, we're talking system safety rules, the core instructions, it's all marked as protected. That means it is literally off limits. It cannot be touched, summarized, or forgotten, period. The system knows what matters and guards it fiercely.
So you might be asking, how are these rules actually enforced? Well, it's not by just asking the agent nicely in a prompt, that's for sure. Instead, the system uses these powerful automated triggers called hooks.
Think of these hooks as the system's tireless, unblinking security guards. They are built right into the agent's process. They automatically block any unsafe actions, they enforce all the rules, and this is huge, they are the ones that write the logs. This makes governance totally automatic. It's not an option, it's just how the system works at every single step.
And with all that strict automated enforcement locked in, we can finally get to something that's been like the holy grail for so many AI systems, a real, trustworthy audit trail.
And here it is, This is the secret sauce. The AI agents themselves, the parts that could be unpredictable, they never, ever write the logs. That job belongs only to those automated, incorruptible hooks. And just because of that one simple, brilliant rule, the logs you get are an unbreakable chain of evidence. You have a completely trustworthy record of every single thing the system saw, decided, and did. And this isn't just a nice to have. This is absolutely critical for debugging, for meeting compliance in regulated industries, and for doing a proper post-mortem when something does go wrong.
But the transparency doesn't even stop there, which is wild. The system can automatically draw a diagram of its own governed state in real time. This isn't some theoretical design doc someone drew up ages ago. It's a living, breathing map of how the system is actually operating right now, turning these abstract governance rules into a living diagram you can actually look at and inspect.
Okay, and finally, it's so important to remember, this isn't just some academic paper or a theoretical idea. This is a real working system built by a real person. So let's talk about the mind behind it and, get this, how you can actually use it.
This whole thing, the entire context budget governance system, the architecture, the agents, the hooks, all of it, was designed and built by one person, Pradeep Kumar K, who goes by Praddy K. I mean, that's just an incredible testament to having a really clear vision for how to build AI the right way.
And the best part? Praddy K didn't just build this for himself and keep it locked away. The entire project is up on GitHub as a reusable template. This means any team, anywhere can take this incredibly robust architecture and use it for their own AI apps. You can plug in your own specific rules and agents, but you get to keep that rock-solid governance foundation.
So let's bring it all home. Why does this matter so much? Well, context budget proves that we can actually govern LLM context. It shows that AI systems can be audited just like any other piece of critical infrastructure. And it hands us a practical, usable blueprint for anyone out there trying to build serious, safety-critical AI systems.
This whole project isn't really about showing off what a flashy AI can do. It's about showing us how AI should be built. It's not flashy on purpose. The focus is all on correctness, governance, and proof. And it leaves us with a really important question to chew on. If we're all agreeing that AI is becoming critical infrastructure, well, isn't it about time we started building it that way?